On January 28, 2025, an Airbus A321 caught fire on the tarmac at Gimhae International Airport in South Korea. 27 people were injured. Investigators traced the fire to the overhead bin. The cause was a power bank, one portable charger measuring over 100 watt-hours, the kind sitting in millions of carry-on bags right now. That single incident triggered a global crackdown. By March 27, 2026, the International Civil Aviation Organization had issued coordinated restrictions across all 193 member countries, aligned with IATA's Dangerous Goods Regulations 67th edition, the operational document every airline safety team actually follows. By May 1st, United, American, Delta, and Southwest enforced hard limits on carry count, bin placement, and in-flight use. Lufthansa moved in January. Most portable charger brands haven't changed their packaging once. Here's what the rules say. 2 power banks maximum in the cabin. No overhead bin. No in-flight recharging. Anything over 100 watt-hours needs advance airline approval. Anything over 160 watt-hours is banned. Full stop. Here's what most brands show on their packaging. Milliamp-hours, not watt-hours, not the number security checks at the gate. The number that means nothing until you do the maths yourself. 7 brands and categories are going to cost travelers at the gate this summer. 5 will get through without a question. Stick around because at number 2 on the grounded list, I'll show you a brand that markets itself as the ultimate travel companion and is now banned on every commercial flight on Earth. If you've ever bought a charger without checking the watt-hour rating, this video is for you. Subscribe now so you never buy the wrong gear again. 7 powerbank brands grounding themselves in 2026, ranked from bad to completely unacceptable, and 5 that still fly. Number 7, Romos, the 30,000 milliamp-hour trap. Romos sits near the top of Amazon search results for travel powerbank. The reviews are solid and the price is low. The problem is simple maths. 30,000 milliamp hours at the standard 3.7 volt cell voltage converts to 111 watt hours. That's over the 100 watt hour threshold, which means it requires advance airline approval before you travel, not at the gate before you book. Romos doesn't show watt hours on the box, just milliamp hours. That $30 bank you packed for summer sits in the approval zone. Nobody told you. Number 6, INIU. The brand that built its reputation on milliamp hours. INIU's most popular model is 30,800 milliamp hours, which converts to approximately 114 watt hours. Airline approval required, not optional. The listing leads with the milliamp hour count, 5 stars, and the word powerful. The watt-hour rating is buried in a spec table most buyers never open. The FAA recorded 89 lithium battery incidents in 2024 and 93 through 2025. Gate agents are actively checking, show up without pre-approval, and the bank stays at the gate. Number 5, Goal Zero, the outdoor brand that forgot to read the airline update. The Goal Zero Yeti 150 is 150 watt hours, which requires advance airline approval. The Yeti 200X is 187 watt hours and is outright banned. Goal Zero also makes the Sherpa 100 at approximately 97 watt hours, which passes cleanly. The problem is, the brand straddles the compliance line across its range while still running travel imagery on the restricted models. The brand name won't help you at security. Only the watt-hour number matters. Number 4, Jackery, the company that made portable power stations sound like a travel product. The Jackery Explorer 240 is 240 watt-hours, banned. The Explorer 160 is 160 watt-hours and requires advance airline approval. The Explorer 100 Plus is approximately 99 watt-hours and passes cleanly. But Jackery built its travel marketing around the Explorer 240 and that product is now banned on every commercial flight in the world. Product listings still show airport terminals alongside a unit that can't legally board. 240 watt-hours is 180 over the limit. The brand knows. The page hasn't changed. If you're seeing the pattern here, most of the brands you trusted last year built their reputations before the 2026 rules existed. The rules changed. The packaging didn't. Hit that like button if this video is saving you a confiscation, and subscribe if you haven't already. Every week, this channel tells you which gear makes it through and which gear doesn't. Number 3, RAV-Power, the brand that has had to rebuild trust once already. RAV-Power was suspended from Amazon in 2021 over manipulated reviews. It relaunched and continued. Some products in its current range sit cleanly under 100 watt-hours. The concern is a documented gap between capacity stated on the label and capacity measured under independent test conditions. In 2026, that gap matters. A bank labeled at 99 watt-hours that tests at 104 puts you over the threshold. Security goes by the label. If the label understates what's inside and the scanner disagrees, the bank doesn't board. This is also why TSA checkpoint officers at U.S. airports are now cross-referencing watt-hour labels against known brand databases, a protocol that wasn't standard procedure 2 years ago. Number 2, EcoFlow, the brand that convinced the world its power stations were travel essentials. The EcoFlow River 2 Pro is 768 watt-hours. The EcoFlow Delta 2 is over 1,000. Both are completely banned on all commercial passenger flights worldwide. Not restricted, not subject to approval, banned. You can't carry them in the cabin, you can't check them, they cannot board. No carrier, no country, no exceptions. EcoFlow markets both to digital nomads and frequent travelers. 768 watt-hours is nearly 5 times the maximum allowed limit, even with approval. The marketing hasn't changed. If you're buying a charger for air travel, EcoFlow's flagship line isn't the answer, it's the problem. Number 1, generic, no brand, and counterfeit power banks. The actual reason the rules changed: the Air Busan fire. The Air China Flight C A139 overhead bin fire in October 2025, which is what directly triggered United's decision to ban overhead bin storage across its entire network by March 2026, 89 FAA lithium battery incidents in 2024, 93 thermal runaway events through 2025. Most traced back to cheap, unbranded, and counterfeit banks with cells that don't match the label and protection circuits that fail under heat. Here's the specific reason they fail. Legitimate power banks from established manufacturers pass UN 38.3 testing, the International Battery Transport Safety Standard that puts cells through altitude simulation, thermal exposure, vibration, and short-circuit scenarios before they're ever allowed near an aircraft. Counterfeits skip that entirely. A genuine 20,000 milliamp-hour bank costs $40. A no-brand clone costs $12. That difference is the quality of the cells and whether anyone tested them. Look for UN 38.3 compliance documentation if you're buying from an unfamiliar brand. If a listing doesn't name a verifiable manufacturer and the price is well below market rate, walk away. These products are the reason every compliant bank on every flight now has to stay in your seat pocket. Now for the 5 that pass. Number 5, Mophie. The power station range sits at approximately 74 watt-hours at 20,000 milliamp-hours. Watt-hours on the box, not buried in a footnote. UL certified, which means independent safety testing confirms the stated capacity matches what's inside. No approval required, the one you pull out at security without doing mental arithmetic. Number 4, Belkin. Sold inside airport retail, past security. The Boost Charge series sits at approximately 74 watt-hours at 20,000 milliamp-hours, clearly labeled and accurately rated. CE marked and UL certified. A brand with an unambiguous safety track record that has a physical presence inside the checkpoint. Reliable choice. Number 3, Baseus Blade. 20,000 milliamp-hours, approximately 74 watt-hours, 100 watt output, ultra-slim aluminum body. Watt-hours on the packaging. Thin enough to sit flat against a laptop in a sleeve. 100-watt pass-through means it charges your devices from the wall while you pack, which is now the primary in-transit use case since recharging mid-flight is banned. It passes every check. Number 2. Anchor 737, 24,000 milliamp-hours, approximately 88.8 watt-hours. Anchor states the watt-hour rating on the product. Independent tests confirm it's accurate. In a category where brands hide watt-hours or inflate capacity claims, publishing the right number and having it verified is the standard everything else should be held to. Number 1. The sub-50 watt-hour slim bank. The best power bank for air travel in 2026 isn't the largest one that passes the limit. A 10,000 milliamp-hour slim bank is approximately 37 watt-hours. It charges a smartphone twice, fits in a jacket pocket, and clears every checkpoint in every ICAO member country with zero documentation. No TSA secondary screening, no IATADGR paperwork, no gate agent conversation. Anchor, Mophie, Basius, and Belkin all make one under $40. Not a compromise. The right product for what travel power actually requires now. If you made it to the end, you now know what most travelers are going to find out the hard way at the gate this summer. The standard is clear. Under 100 watt-hours, UN 38.3 tested, honestly labeled, from a brand that states what's inside accurately. Everything else is home gear sold as travel gear. Smash that like button if this video saved you a confiscation. Drop a comment and tell me which surprised you most. Are you Team Basius Blade? Team Anchor 737? Or switching to a sub-50 watt-hour slim bank? I read every comment. Subscribe to Carry On Catalog for the gear that makes it through and the gear that doesn't, every week. Remember, the most powerful travel charger isn't the biggest one you can legally carry. It's the one that makes it onto every flight without a single question asked.